This is not a drill. This is a major push to release Nnamdi Kanu through peace talks, no prison bars, and the surprise part, some of the pressure is now coming from top Nigeria lawyers and political voices, some even linked to the ruling party. What changed? Why now? And what does this mean for Nigeria, IPOB, and the 2027 elections? Let's unpack everything because the wine of change are blowing stronger than ever. Don't forget to like, share, and comment and subscribe. To understand why today's update is explosive, we need to go back to the beginning. Nnamdi Kanu is not just an ordinary activist. It is the leader of the IPOB, a separatist group pushing for an independent Biafra state for the Igbo people in Nigeria's southeast. Kanu rose to prominence through Radio Biafra, where he voiced deep frustration with the Nigeria state, accusing the government of marginalizing the Igbo region since the end of the 1967 Biafra War. In 2015, he was arrested on charges of treason but was later released on bail. However, in 2021, he was re-arrested under controversial extraordinarily surrender from Kenya and flown to Nigeria by the Department State of Service, DSS. Since then, he has been in detention in Abuja, facing multiple charges, including terrorism and inciting public unrest. But here's the twist. The Nigeria Court of Appeal ruled in 2022 that his extraordinary detention was illegal and therefore his trial could not continue in its current form. Still, the government refused to release him, and the case was taken back to the Supreme Court, where delays and technical legal arguments have dragged the matter for years. This case has divided Nigeria. To some, he is a hero, freedom fighter. To others, he is a security threat and agitator. But what nobody can deny is this. His detention is one of the most politically sensitive issues in Nigeria today. Fast forward to today, June 6, 2025. In a major twist, senior lawyers, political voices, and civil society leaders are now openly calling for Nnamdi's case to be resolved through alternative dispute resolution, not through the court system. One of the biggest names leading this call is Mohammed Darani, a senior advocate of Nigeria, said in a statement reported by Blueprint and the Sun newspaper. Daniel said, Nnamdi Kanu and similar cases can be settled outside the courtroom, including medication and ablation should be used to resolve this in a peaceful and lasting way. And as the political bombshell, some figures reportedly close to the ruling APC are also considering the idea. Political sources claim that with 2027 election approaching, keeping Kanu locked up may cause more harm than good. Here is why the Southeast remains aligned under the current administration. Kanu's detention has become a rallying cry for IPOB youth and regional leaders. The region's voter turnout has been dropping due to insecurity and IPOB sit-at-home orders. Now imagine this. What if Tinubu's government decide to use diplomacy instead of detention? That will not only calm tensions in the East, it could be a strategy move to win back political ground, especially with Peter Obi, Labour Party, and PDP circling in 2027 ambitions. But it is not just about politics. Human rights lawyers have also warned that continue to detain Kanu under these circumstances damage Nigeria's international image. Groups like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have raised serious concern about lack of fair trial, alleged torture in detention, illegal retention from Kenya. So, between legal issues, political pressures, and regional unrest, the call for peace talk is growing louder. Let's break it down simply. Alternative dispute resolution is a method used to settle disputes without going through a full court trial. There are several types. Mediation. Both parties met with a neutral third party to find a middle ground. Arbitration. A neutral arbitrator hears both sides and give a ruling, usually binding. Negotiation. Direct talk between the parties to reach a compromise. So, how will this apply to Nnamdi Kanu case? Imagine this scenario. Representative of IPOB Kanu's legal team and the federal government sit at a round table. Respected traditional leaders and civil society actors are invited as mediators. ECOWAS or African Union officials serve as observers. They discuss conditions for peace, disarmament, amnesty, and perhaps even a regional development plan for the Southeast. At the end of the talk, they could agree on a roadmap to free Kanu under certain times, disband violent activities, reinstate political trust. This has worked before in countries like Liberia after its civil war, South Africa, Sierra Leone with the Lome peace agreement. So yes, it is possible, but the question is, will the Nigerian government accept it? Let's talk real politics. As we move closer to the 2027 elections, Tinubu's administration is facing several challenges. Economic hardship from fuel subsidy removal, rising insecurity across the northwest and north central, unhappy youths from EndSARS fallout and arch unemployment, Southeast frustration due to Kanu detention, and perceived marginalization. Now ask yourself, why hold onto a controversial prisoner when it may cost you votes? Releasing Kanu, or at least showing a willingness to negotiate, may calm IPOB activities, reduce sit-at-home orders, encourage Southeast politicians to re-engage with Abuja, post in Tinubu image as unifier rather than divider. There is also a moral and strategic benefit. If Tinubu take the high ground and initiate peace talks, he gets to frame it as a move for national unity. That is powerful political messaging. But on the flip side, some northern political allies may resist, fearing that giving Kanu any concession will encourage other separatist movements. This is where leadership matters. Can Tinubu make a bold decision for peace even if it is politically risky? Let's not forget, this case is still in court. As of June 6, 2025, Nnamdi Kanu's trial is ongoing at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The court has already set future dates for June 16, 18, and 19. At the last sitting, the court reportedly rejected some evidence presented by the DSS, citing also Kanu's lawyer claimed he was considered during interrogation, which raises serious concern about how the case is being handled. The DSS, for its part, insists it is following court orders and treating Kanu according to protocol. But legal observers say the longer this drag, the more it looks like political punishment rather than legal process. And then there is this ECOWAS court, which is expected to rule on whether Nigeria violated international law during Kanu's redemption. If that court rules in his favor, it will put international pressure on Abuja to settle this once and for all. So, where does this all leave us? Kanu still in detention. His trial is dragging. His lawyers are pushing back hard. And now, new voices are saying, let's stop the fightings. Let's talk instead. The ball is in President Tinubu's court. He has the chance to rewrite history, restore peace in the Southeast, improve Nigeria's image globally, prove he is not just a politician but a statesman. But if he ignores this call for peace, then the unrest will likely continue, and that could cost Nigeria more than any court ruling ever will. As we move closer to 2027, every decision counts. The question is, will Tinubu choose politics or peace? This may be the best chance in years to resolve one of Nigeria's most sensitive national issues. But will the government take it or let history repeat itself? Drop your thought in the comment section. Is it the time to release Nnamdi Kanu and talk peace, or should the trial continue? Let the people decide. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want the truth, not the noise. This is Ninja Post News, and we bring you the real story every time.